This biblical principle of justice also means that God requires us to presume innocence and give the benefit of the doubt where there are not multiple witnesses. God says, in effect, it is better if a criminal occasionally gets off than for the innocent to be punished. Add this up. That means that sometimes you actually have somebody who has sinned, has committed a crime, but there was only one witness. And God says, better for society for them to get off than for you to flip it and say, well, one witness will be enough. Right now you've got anybody can make an accusation against you. Right? Anybody can come up and they just make stuff up. They can lie their head off, and now you got one witness. Now you're in trouble. There's nothing you can do. God says it's better to live in a world, better to live in a culture where occasional criminals get off than for you to drop this principle of justice. Closely related, the Bible requires that false witnesses be held liable to the penalty they would have inflicted on their neighbor. Deuteronomy 19:19. Biblical law requires that a false witness be punished with the penalty that would have fallen on their neighbor that they were falsely accusing. Okay? Which is why testimony is to always be carefully cross-examined. That's a biblical principle. Don't just jump on when somebody says, I heard that so-and-so did something. Okay, interesting. But you want to be judicious. You want to be careful with the truth. This is a stern warning against false or mistaken accusations. Are you so sure of your accusation? Are you so sure of your testimony that if you were wrong, if it was proven that you're wrong, you'd be willing for the penalty that would fall on the one you're falsely accusing to fall on you? That's a check. Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Families, practice this. Practice this. Teach and practice these principles of justice in your home. Do you presume innocence of your spouse? Do you presume innocence of your kids? Kids, do you presume innocence of your parents? That's a biblical principle. You begin with the presumption of innocence. It needs to be established. The sin, the crime needs to be established. You don't just fly off the handle. You don't just assume the worst. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to. You're to presume innocence in your family. You're to presume, you say, well, but it happens all the time like this. It doesn't matter. You're to give them the benefit of the doubt. You're assume the best until it's established what's actually happened. Presume innocence. Require 2 or 3 witnesses as necessary. And sometimes the witness, of course, can be your own kid. You know, did you do this? I think I saw you do that. And the kid says, yes, I did. There you go. You got your 2 witnesses. They admitted it. Self-incrimination is perfectly acceptable. but you really do want to be sure. You want to be sure. Again, better that someone occasionally get away with something. You say, but I'm pretty sure they were lying. Okay? Well, if you don't have proof of it, tell God. Tell God. Lord, I'm pretty sure, I really think my son might have been lying to me, my daughter might have been lying to me, but I don't have proof. So, judicially they're innocent, which means no black cloud. Full fellowship, no black cloud. But you can tell the Lord what you think and say, Lord, you've put me in position as the magistrate of my home. I'm required to shepherd their souls. So please give me all the information I need in order to shepherd their souls well. And then let the Lord figure it out. Let the Lord sort it out.